Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will continue to explain to you about stereotypes. Before that, I will to introduce myself. My name is Adelina Syakinawaty Dongoran. Positive and negative side of stereotype. Stereotypes are useful for the human brain because they operate as a heuristic or the cognitive mechanism to quickly gather, process, and synthesize information. As social animals, we seek to gather information about those around us. However, there is too much information to process in its entirety. Therefore, we have heuristics to make the process more efficient. Employing a stereotype, one is able to quickly know something about an individual. For example, if you only thing you know about S girl is that she belongs to a band, you are able to guess that she likes music. People ask stereotypes as shortcuts to make sense of their social context. This makes the task of understanding one's world less cognitively demanding. Other positive sides of stereotype are: first, people rely on stereotypes every day to help them function in society. Second, to allow people to quickly process new information about an event or person. Third, to organize people's past experience. Fourth, to meaningfully assess differences between individuals and groups. 5. To make prediction about other people's behavior. Other negative sides of stereotype are: first, oversimplified generalization. Second, breeding ground for errant generalization. Third, serve as a major source of disinformation about others. Fourth, may easily conceal or fit into previous regime, sexism, and other forms of bigotry. D. Dealing with stereotype. The key to reversing negative stereotype is to contradict them in direct interaction between people in the media and through education. First, between individuals. Once people get to know a person from the other side, they often will determine that the other is not nearly as bad as they originally had assumed. More often, however, people really are much more reasonable than their stereotypes would suggest. In the case, getting to know people personally helps to break down negative image. This is especially true when people determine that they actually have things in common with people from the other side. Such things can range from enjoying the same music hobbies or sport to having the same worries about children or aging parents. Even when people learn that they share fear or sadness, they can begin to understand each other more. When they come to understand that the other is afraid of being hurt or losing a loved one in war, just as they are, that brings people together. Such shared emotion make people seem human, while stereotypes typically dehumanize people. Likewise, shared emotion make empathy possible, which open the door to new forms of interaction and trust building, at least among the individuals involved. Depending on the context and other interaction, the image of the group as a whole may become more positive as well. At other times, people will rationalize and their one new acquaintance is not like the others. But even learning that one person can defect from the stereotype is a start. The challenge then is to expand such transformative experience beyond the individuals involved to larger groups, communities, and eventually world society. Developing much mutual understanding is the goal of many intervention war and war-torn areas, and in place rocked by social unrest. Dialogue groups and problem-solving workshops are two common ways of doing this. So, a joint project such war reconstruction effort, children's programs, recreational programs, medical programs, any kind of programs that brings individuals from opposing groups together in a cooperative venture. Although they have additional goals beyond the breaking of stereotypes, working together cooperatively can do much to break down because negative image people hold of the enemy. 2. In the media. The media also plays an important role in the both perpetuating in the breaking down stereotypes. If they characterize particular groups of people in certain ways, their viewers or readers they are likely to do the same. So, if a movie or the mentioned picture industry in general characterize a group of people negatively, they are likely to be perpetuating negative stereotypes and making conflict worse. If they emphasize the positive aspect of groups, the contradicts prevalent stereotypes, they can have a significant role in building mutual understanding. 3. In education. Educational institutions and teaching material also have the opportunity to evade stereotypes and hence influence intergroup relations. Effort to teach about different cultures and the history of different racial or ethnic groups can help build intergroup understanding if it is done in an effective and sympathetic way. Educational system, teacher, school, textbooks needs to also try to paint a fair and accurate picture of the conflict and the different people involved. Being aware that diverse sides of a conflict will view that is evolving very differently. Through story, discussion, and exercise, teachers can help students of all age and levels understand the complexity of the conflict that surround them and develop each and situation appropriate response to the current conflict in their homes, communities, and nations. To the extent the classroom contains students from both sides of the conflict, teachers can help students learn to understand and appreciate each other better, while protecting the safety, physical and emotional of those on both sides. If the classroom only contains on one group, reaching such intergroup understanding is rather but still worth the effort through books and articles, discussions, TV, and movies, and when available, online exercise. In addition, we can deal with stereotypes by first presenting more balanced picture of minority life in media. Second, by reporting forms or human rights abuses. Third, by portraying all groups fairly. Fourth, keep on talking and communicating well with each other, otherwise these problems are going to get much worse. Generalization and categories are necessary, but when they are together, they can be a barrier to the effective interpretation of a situation. However, eliminating stereotype is not possible, or if it were done, it will be detrimental to human cognition. Stereotypes as such as are cognitive schemata, typical of the human cognitive system, which assigns a set of characteristics to all members of a given social group and serves as a reference when assigning significance to observation and experience in social interaction. They are mental structures which simplify the complex stimuli from one's environment and facilitate their comprehension. There is nothing wrong with stereotypes if they are embedded in reality and promote the understanding of social and historical process. Western multi-ethnic pluralistic civilization celebrates diversity and the uniqueness and distinctiveness of its components. Stereotypes merely acknowledge this variety. Thank you for watching my presentation slides. Alright, this is all I can say more, and I less apologies. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.